I've been contemplating and in deep dialogue with myself for at least a month and a half. And the reason being, I have really thought about my motivational platform. I am constantly saying, be the best you that you can be, and there's only one you know, stuff like that. And if you don't like your situation, then change it. Be willing to put in the work. Be willing to make the change. Be willing to make the sacrifice. But over the last month and a half, I've been pondering one question. What happens when you're willing to put in the work? What happens when you're willing to put in the sacrifice? What happens when you are doing everything that you know to do, but yet your change has not happened? It seems like nothing has changed. It seems like nothing is working. Well, what do? I was challenged with a young lady that come talk to me, and she saw the title of my book, and it's, my title of my book is Marriage is Work. You get out what you put in. And she said, I was struggling with your subtitle. You get out what you put in. And I've put in all the work. I've done this and I've done that. I've put in all the work, but yet my marriage is not what I want it to be. And that really just added fuel to the fire to what I was already thinking. What happens when you're putting in all the work, I ask myself? What happens when you're doing everything you know to do? What happens when it seems like you're going in the right direction, but nothing is going wrong? I wonder if I've gotten the answer. But I would tell you and I would share with you what keeps constantly circulating through my mind as these questions evolve. Because I don't want to mislead you. I don't want you to think that what I'm saying is a gimmick. I don't want you to think that what I'm saying is a hoax. I want you to understand that you are the control of your life. You are the captain of your soul, as the poem Invictus said. You are the one to make the change. Sometimes it's duration. That's what I'm learning. Sometimes it's direction. Sometimes we're putting in work, but we're not putting in the right work. Sometimes we're going in a direction, but it's not the right direction. And that's the hard part. That's the reality that really bothers me, because how do I know I'm going in the right direction? And how do I know if I'm putting in the right work? If all the resources around me are limited, or all the avenues around me are closed, how do I know that I'm doing the right thing? The results are not telling me anything. And what I'm doing, I know, is the only thing that I know to do. And I've been challenged in myself, because a lot of times we're putting in the work. We're willing to do the work. We're putting in the sacrifice. We're willing to do the sacrifice, or even be the sacrifice. But yet our results remain the same. I'm here to say I still stand on what I say. Be willing to make the change. If you made the change once and it's not working, don't be afraid to make the change again and find out what is working. Look at your situation and do some research. Although all the fingers are pointing against you, you got to understand that somewhere there's an avenue, and sometimes you got to push longer, push harder, push further than what you've already done. So although I've been challenged in the last month and a half to assure myself that what I'm saying is not a hoax, it's not a gimmick, it's not a cliche, but something I truly believe in. Without going into a long testimony, I have been in situations where all the odds were stacked against me, where the people were against me. But yet I stood firm on the fact that I want to make a change, or I didn't want to be like this. And although everybody around me was doing what they wanted to do, and they were living their best life, and everything was going good for them, I was miserable. But yet I stood firm. And when the smoke cleared, that's exactly what I stood, firm. And like I said, I was willing to make the change once, I was willing to make the change again. So I stand firm on what I say. I stand firm on the fact that it's not a cliche, it's not a gimmick, but something I truly believe, something I actually live my life by. Yeah? You can be the best you that you can be. And it is life, and you can live it. Yeah. Yep. It's not a cliche. Yep. I'm good now. I'm confident. I feel better about it. I really believe in my heart what I'm saying. If you disagree, or if you see another side of this coin, or if you want to talk to me and discuss, I don't argue, I discuss. Feel free, like, comment, share. Hey, we'll have a dialogue. It's more Mr. Bowtie, leaving you with my two famous things I love to say, and I mean it dear in my heart. Number one, be the best you that you can be. And number two, it's called life. Live it.